If you are under the age of 18 and you are watching this video, please stop now. This video content is not intended for you. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Tamika. I am Scrap the World. Today we're doing day 3 in the Christmas inexpensive gift ideas. If you haven't checked out day 1 and 2, awesome projects, you guys. I'll leave them down below in the description box. If you're here on day 3 and you didn't quite want day 1, you didn't quite want day 2, day 3, you're gonna love. I promise. Well, I won't promise because I don't know what your type is, but you're gonna like it, even if you do it or not. So I've been sitting here planning other ideas because, you know, I like to do that. I'm a planner. I like to write everything down. So I'm looking through, I'm like, what other Christmas inexpensive ideas can I do? You know what? We did an edible. We did a mason jar. Let's go back to an edible, but not so much work. So, day 3, dips. Everybody loves a good dip. Dip in chips, dip in pretzels, whatever your heart's desires, many other things that you can add to a good flavored dip. Bring these little dips to your next party. Have these little dips already made for if you're hosting a party, have them as party favors. Give them away to your coworkers. Just hang them on a little doorknob or something super cute. And I'm going to show you guys how I packaged up these cute little flavored dips. You're going to love them. My favorite, I don't know. I'm going to go with, they all are really good. So I'm going to have you guys watch this video. Check out the flavored dips. I hope you guys like them. Remember, if you haven't seen 1 and 2, check them out. It'll be down below. Like this video if you like it, and I will see you later. Bye. Now, 2020. What can we do? Alright, we're going to start out with the Fiesta dip. So I will have all of the ingredients spelled out down below in the description box. But basically, you're going to grab yourself a little bowl that you can use to mix all these flavors together. We're going to do dry parsley, minced onion, dry chives. There's chili powder, ground cumin, and salt. And that's it. Mix it all together. Of course, you have to add, you know, stuff later when you give to the hostess. And they will have to get some sour cream or yogurt and then mayonnaise, refrigerated for 2 to 4 hours, and it's good to go. So mix all this up together. Really good, because you're going to put it inside of a clear bag. And then I'm using some clear bags that was gifted to me. I believe they came from Daiso. So I just mix them all in these clear bags because I want the recipient to be able to see what it is that they're getting. And it does smell so good. All these flavors smell so good. So mix them all together. I realized later that I couldn't dump them directly from this glass bowl. So I put it on a piece of wax paper, folded it up, and stuck it inside the bag. And now we can close that up, seal that up, and be ready to move on to the next one. This next one is super easy and super yummy. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this one is my favorite. It's the dill dip, and it's just using 4 ingredients. You just need some dill weed, some seasoned salt, some onion flakes, and some parsley flakes. Mix that up really good, and get yourself a heavy duty chip, like a ruffle chip. Mix that in. The recipient, or you, if you're doing this for yourself, you're just going to need a little bit of sour cream and a little bit of Miracle Whip. Put that in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. This is good with vegetables, carrots, cauliflower, broccoli, potato chips. Like, it is a really good dip. So be sure to put that in a clear bag so it can stay nice and fresh. Alright, we are at the last one. This is the ranch dip mix, and it's a very popular one. It just uses, it uses a little bit more ingredients, but still, you're only mixing, right? So you're going to use parsley, thyme, onion flakes, garlic powder, salt, and fresh ground black pepper. You guys know I love my fresh ground black pepper. Mix that all up together, and yummy, a ranch dipping sauce. So you can actually use this when you add your sour cream and your mayonnaise. You got to do a little bit of lemon juice. You can actually use this to dip those buffalo wings in, those hot buffalo wings. Good. All right, guys, this concludes how easy was that. Concludes how you mix them all together. Now you want to put them in clear bags, and then you want to get your presentation ready. So think about how you're going to gift these, how you're going to present these. If you don't have any ideas, I am here to show you how I'm doing mine. I'm giving mine to coworkers. I'm going to hang them on their doorknob when they come into work, and they're just going to love it. All right, let me show you how to put them together. Okay guys, so now that all of the dips are put together, I'm going to show you a way to package them. You can package them any way you like. You can put a label on it. You can give it in a bunch of a clear bag or some type of envelope. I mean, there's so many ways that you can package up this dip, but I'm going to do it as like a hanger. So I'm going to give these to my coworkers, and they all have doors or offices or, you know, little knobs that I can put this on. So I'm going to do like a little sliding hanger, and they can have that as just a little treat. We're doing something at our job that's it's 5 days of giving, so you can do handmade, whatever you'd like. So this is going to be one of my days. I'm just going to hang it on the door, and I have 3 that I'm going to do this for. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to package it up. So I'm just going to use some dies that I have in my stash. I get these online. I had these for a while. I've used them for several projects. But they're whatever dies you want. You just want to try to find a nesting die, at least one die that has two different sizes, like one offset size of either one that'll fit this bag. So I'm going to do these 2 middle ones here, and I'm going to cut this large one out in heavyweight black cardstock, like sturdy cardstock, because I'm going to make like a little pocket. So I'm using some 110-pound weight cardstock. I'm going to cut this out twice, and then I'm going to use some Christmas paper I got from Hobby Lobby, and this is a super pretty paper by the Paper Studio, and it's called, I think it's called Cozy Christmas or Christmas. Anyway, it says Have a Cozy Christmas on the front. I'm going to use this little deer sheet. I think it's really cute. It's just an offset layer just to represent some sort of, you know, Christmas. You're going to need a little bit of ribbon, and I'm going to use this Christmas ribbon, again from Hobby Lobby. I got all this 40% off sale. Of course, I don't have that much left because I've been using it for swaps and stuff, but this says Merry Christmas, and it'll bring out the red. So I'm going to need a little bit of that, and oh, I'm going to also use these little tickets from Walmart. Let me grab them for you. They're actually mini ornaments, and they are $1.97. You get 5 of them. Of course, I've again used them for swaps. So I purchased this one, and I purchased a black one, a black set. One more thing. I'm going to use a poinsettia flower, just a little flower to kind of tie all this together. So you don't need all these things, but search your stash, your last year's Christmas stash, current year, and see what you can pull out. Some kind of nesting die, some kind of ribbon, pattern paper, and whatever little sentiment. Even you can stamp a sentiment on a piece of paper and then add a little flower, or make a paper flower with some punches. Really easy to put together, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first you want to go ahead and print out, obviously, the directions that you'll need for the rest of the ingredients that you can't give. I can't give sour cream and yogurt, mayonnaise. It's usually just that couple things: sour cream, yogurt, and mayonnaise. This one needs a little bit of lemon juice to complete the rest of the dip. So I cut those out, or I printed those out, and then I'm going to, they're barely fitting on here, but I really wanted to do an offset of this die. But when you do it, just make your font a little smaller so it'll fit. So I'm going to cut these out, and they're going to go on the back. All right, so here are my 2 pieces I cut out in the black heavyweight cardstock, and I am just going to apply them back to back, because you know that's the back side of the card in front. So I want it to look nice and neat, so I'm going to layer those on top of each other. I'm going to use some spray adhesive for the back and then attach them together. All right, I use Loctite spray adhesive for this. I absolutely love it. It would just take all day for me to put wet glue on here, which I would, but this is so much easier. Or I could run it through my sticker maker, and then it'll have all those little sticker adhesives in the little holes, so I didn't want to do that. So the best method is spray adhesive for this. So put it both together just like so. It's super sturdy because it's heavyweight cardstock, and then I have the offset piece that's going to go right on here. I'm going to use spray adhesive for this as well. All right, and I'm just going to layer that right in the center. All right, and then for the back piece, I've cut out the instructions, and that's going to go here. Now I used copy paper for this. So if I use spray adhesive for this, you'll see the splatters come through, like the greasy splatters come through, because it's super thin paper. I should have used cardstock and it wouldn't have been a problem. So for this one, I'm actually going to have to use 2 adhesives here. So I'm going to use my fine tip art glitter glue. All right, and I always use this glue. When I'm using some wet glue, I use this one, or I use a thicker glue from that I got off of Instagram. But I am just going to use this around the edges of this paper, and then for the inside I'm going to use my ATG gun, because these edges won't lay down with the ATG gun. It'll show through the holes. So, but I wanted this die, so I'm going to keep this die. It doesn't take very long, but I definitely didn't want to do it for all of the other pieces. I'm just going to use my ATG gun for the middle. Alright, and then we put this up here like so. Easy peasy. And that's the front, nice and sturdy. Then I'm going to just punch a hole. I'm going to use this one. It's more for like if you're hanging tags or something in a store, but I love it. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to take some of the ribbon and I'm just going to pull it through, because I want, like I said, I want it to be able to hang on their doorknobs, so they just can have like a little surprise. And I'm using this wireless gun, glue gun, that was gifted to me or sent to me to review from Keldy, or Keld, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but I reviewed another of their glue guns, the heavy duty one that I always use, and then there's a smaller version, has different nozzles. I absolutely love it. It gets hot. I'll put those links down below in the description box, and then the videos of those. This one, I love the concept of it being cordless. I charge it for like 24 hours before I used it. It gets super hot. That super hot technology that they have is awesome. The con is, 1, you can't charge it and use it at the same time. 2, it times out after like a couple minutes, and you just push the button, it restarts. It gets hot back pretty quickly, but it's a little irritating. So, but you know, yeah, those are the cons. They're really big cons to me, but yeah, that's just my opinion of it. But like I said, it gets really hot quickly if it's charged. I wanted to add this cardstock, and I'm going to wrap it around a couple times. I don't want to adhere it. And then on the back, I'm going to add some adhesive, or some hot glue rather. Oops. And close that down. Seal that. Okay. And then I'm going to cut off the extra. Alright, and I do that because, like I said, I want to put it on their door, and this will be able to slide and hold like on their door. So a couple doorknob, put it on there, hold it on there safely. So kind of to keep it so it doesn't fall. So anyway, that's why I put that on there. So then you're going to need a piece of cardstock coordinating. I'm going to use same black 110 pound weight cardstock, and I'm not going to give you the measurements because this is the measurements for this die, but you want to create like a little box. So you want to measure the distance of where you want your box to be. So I know that I want my box to fill this space, so I'm going to make sure that I just do, you know, this amount across, and then whatever amount across. So this is 3.5 plus a little 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 5/8, and then how high you want it to go. And then you want to make sure that you add an inch on both sides and an inch at the bottom, so you can score it and fold it over. So I'll show you that in a second. So I'm going to cut this paper down to 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. All right, and then I'm going to score it. Let me find my scoring tool. All right, so on the 2 3/4 inch side, I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Actually, I'm going to do that for all the sides, 1/2 inch and 1 inch all the way around. So I'm just going to use my little grid here and score it just on the left side, the right side, and the bottom. 1/2 inch, 1 inch. Okay, so go ahead and give those a nice crease. You want to, because it's going to be your box element, so it's going to hold your stuff. And then make sure you get the bottom ones as well. 1 and 2. All right, so then we're going to cut. There's 4 boxes over here. There's 4 boxes on each side that we're going to cut. We're going to cut 1 box, and then we're going to cut, these are the 4. We're going to cut this at a little bit of an angle. See, my glue gun just timed out, and I just turned it on. So let's just push the button, and then it'll restart. But anyway, so we're going to squirt up to here, and then at a slight angle. So you have something that looks like this. Okay. And then I'm going to cut down a piece of paper to put on the front. That's just 1/8 of an inch smaller than that dimension. And put that there. Okay. And then we're going to add adhesive to the outer tabs of all those spaces. So I know that I want my box to sit right at the bottom layer, so I'm going to put my glue right here, just on the bottom. And then I'm going to set that right, that bottom tab right at the bottom where I want it to be. I have it at the bottom of this border because I want the lace elements to shine through. So put that there. And then these tabs, they go in. Just the inner tab. The inner one and the inner 2. You can do them separately, or you can use ATG tape if you don't feel comfortable doing it this way. So I'll put them down, and then I'm going to use my glue gun, my bone folder, to make sure they're nice and sturdy. There we go. That's how that looks. So we have that on there, and then I'm just going to go ahead and use these tickets because I don't know what happened to the black ones that I had. Whatever. We're going to use this one. It's a cream color, but to make it stand out a little bit, I'm going to grab my Memento ink in black and kind of rub the edges so it'll separate a little bit and bring out the black a little bit so it doesn't look like cream on white. It looks a little monotone. So I'm going to do that. And just add my glue to the back. Plop that right on there, just like so. Grab my poinsettia. It's got adhesive tabs on the back, but I like to add glue to it. Okay, and then we have our dip. And this is the ranch dip. So I'm going to finish this off with a little ribbon. Put a little dot of glue. I just used the little foil things that come in with the bags. So I want to cover that up. They don't match. This just is a little bit more festive. Just add a little glue on there. I just wrap that around a few times. Make sure that stays. Jeez. Put a little dot right there so that it can be in the back. Cut off the extra. Okay. Kind of make this a little flat to fit inside the box. You can leave that much open or not. I'm just going to cut it down. And there you have it. There's your little tab. You can pull that up or down depending on how thick the doorknob is. And then you have your little gift, little goodie that you can put on the little door hanger goodie. Really, really cute. So I'm going to do the other 2 and I'll be right back. All right, the other 2 are done. This is the one we did together, and this one belongs to the Fiesta dip. Nice and lovely. And this one is these are the black ones I was looking for. It says Merry and Bright. This one says Season's Greetings. And this is the Dill Dip. Same difference. Really, really cool. I hope you guys do try this at home. Let me know what you guys think. And be sure to check the links in the description box below for anything that I mentioned, or linked down below that I've mentioned in this video. If you guys are interested, like it if you like it, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.